cash lifecycle before we go into Oracle applications and browse through the navigator in order management module. So the whole process starts by entering the order, which includes the order header entry and order line entry, then performing the credit check, and then scheduling to make sure the available to promise inventory is available, and then based on that make a reservation and determine the scheduled ship date based on the need by date, and finally come out with a promise date to the customer. And then you go and book the order, generate a order acknowledgement report, send it to the customer, and then start the shipping process by releasing the sales order lines and creating delivery header and delivery lines. At that point of time, you create a pick wave move order, and then you transfer the material from the warehouse to your staging area, complete the transact move order, which in other words is pick confirm, and once that's been done, then you pack your material and send it to the customer and complete the ship confirm process. Once a shipment has been sent to the customer, you run the auto invoice interface program, which will generate the invoices, and that invoice you communicate to the customer and follow up with the customer to receive the payment. And once a payment has been received, then you match it against the invoice to create a receipt, and then the particular payment is also sent to your bank for clearance. Once a bank sent you the clearance file, you reconcile with the customer sent payment, match it to the receipt to close the receivables transaction, and then you send all the accounting entries for invoicing, receiving, receipts, bank reconciliation to subledger accounting module, and then post it to general ledger's ledger. So let's go into Oracle applications now to understand from the Oracle applications order management front end modules perspective. So I'm going to minimize this at the moment, and then I will go into Oracle applications, and here what we will do is we will start by logging into by a user called as operations and a password of welcome. This is a super user, and this user has got access to all the modules in financials as well as supply chain management. So I'm going to hit login now, and then I will scroll down to a module called as order management vision operations USA, and within that I will simply open a Java based Oracle forms first. So I will simply go to a sub menu called as order returns, and then I will go to sales orders form. Okay, I'm going to close that form now, and I will first take you through the navigator to let you understand what are the different functions and forms available within order management module. Now, as I said, this operations user is a super user, so he has got also access to other modules within Oracle applications, including the financial modules. So the menus that you would see in relation to release management, inventory, bills of material, WIP, receivables, purchasing, and payables are module specific menus. They do not belong to order management, but since it's a vision demonstration environment, Oracle has incorporated these modules menu within order management super user menus as well. But in realistic scenarios in production environment, you would not see these menus associated with a Oracle order management user. Having said that, let's start by the first item in order management navigator, which is orders and returns. So if you expand that, you've got a number of items over here. The first one, order organizer, is a form wherein you can use to create your orders or query your orders. Then sales order is a form wherein you can go and create new sales orders and associated sales order lines, complete the scheduling and booking process of sales order. Likewise, there are multiple other forms here like pricing and availability. As the name suggests, it helps you to check the availability and price for a specific item. Then purchase release. If you would like to create a release for a blanket purchase agreement, then you can go and use these forms. In fact, the purchase release and requisition import, these two forms belong to purchasing module. Then you've got something called as import orders, wherein if you would like to import orders from external systems, then you can leverage a open interface in order management or order management API to get them into Oracle applications. Then you've got a form called as quick sales orders form. It has got minimum number of fields to expedite the manual entry of sales order in Oracle applications. Then you've got something called as blanket sales agreements. As the name suggests, it is a blanket agreement which is valid for a certain period of time that you sign up with the customer to provide the goods and services. And the blanket sales agreement organizer is just like order organizer, but it is made and used to query the blanket sales agreement and to create new blanket sales agreements. Then comes the negotiation side. In negotiation side, as the name suggests, you can create new quotes to the customer and communicate those quotes to the customer. This is a form of quote to order process which is associated with order management. In fact, quote to order is a process which starts prior to the order management process starts. Then you've got a form called as quick quote. In quick quote is just like quick sales order form. It has got minimal fields in it which helps you to expedite the quote entry process into Oracle applications. Then you've got sales agreements. So sales agreement, you enter your sales agreement just like blanket sales agreement. This is like a sub menu over here, which is pretty much similar to what you have it over here. Then we have already discussed pricing and availability. Then comes the shipping. After you have entered, scheduled and booked a order, the next step is shipping process. So as a part of shipping process, you first run the pick release program which creates a move order. Then you allocate the move order, transact the move order, and then you ship that particular delivery from order management to customer location. So all that is done as a part of this shipping submenu. So the forms you will have out here are pertaining to shipping. So in release sales order form, this is a form which is used to run the pick release program and to create move orders. Then you've got transactions. You can use this form to see the deliveries created out of the pick release program, including the delivery lines. Quick ship is a form wherein you can use it to ship confirm a delivery. You can also ship confirm a delivery using transactions form, but the difference between quick ship and transaction is that, as the name suggests, it's got a minimal number of fields to quickly complete your ship confirm transaction. Exceptions is a form which you use to see the pick release related exceptions which gets generated as a result of running your pick release program, and you leverage this form to fix those exceptions or errors and then rerun the program until the pick release program has been successfully completed and generated the delivery and delivery lines. Interfaces is a menu which is used to run interfaces to inventory and receivables module. So you use this run function to run those two interfaces which are combined into a request set, which is also called as interface trip stops, which as a part of that request set you can optionally run interface to both inventory as well as run the auto invoice interface program for generating invoices in receivables module. Then coming down, these are the different functions which have been kind of split into different groups. So they contain the reports and programs pertaining to each of these group names. For instance, auto pack delivery is a program which helps you to automatically pack the delivery in the system. Likewise, ship confirm deliveries helps you to ship confirm the deliveries automatically, just cutting down a manual step. Likewise, you've got a number of other programs that you can leverage. And coming down, The submenu customers, you can use the customers submenu to define your new customers, your new customer accounts, their account sites and account site uses. If you expand that, you would see the details. This is the standard function which contains the customer workbench and all the details of the customer. Using account merge, you can merge two different customers if at all they are duplicate customers. Profile class helps you to define customer profile class, wherein you define the credit limits associated with the customer and the order limits associated with the customers, and those are the profile class. You apply it to a customer definition, which is then leveraged in order management while checking the credit of a customer. Scheduling is a big process in order management and contains a whole lot of integration with different modules within Oracle applications. If you have implemented Oracle Advanced Supply Chain Planning module along with Global Order Promising, then it integrates with those modules to get available to promise data, including the demand and supply data in conjunction with your inventory module. So detail about scheduling will be discussed later as a part of this course. Then comes the setup part. So setup is a menu which you can use to set up and configure entire Oracle Order Management module. Lastly, the reports and requests is the place wherein you can go and run all the programs associated with order management, including the program associated with basic pricing and shipping, as well as the reports associated with all order management, basic pricing and shipping. Lastly, the WF notifications, wherein you can see the workflow notifications within the order management module. It opens up like a workbench kind of a screen wherein you can go and review the notifications, and if at all it is waiting for an action from you, then you can take that action to close that particular notification. Lastly, as I said, all these individual menus belongs to individual modules within Oracle applications. Hence, we are going to skip that at the moment. We are not going to go into the details of these menus. So that's a summary of all the functions in Oracle Order Management. Going down the course, we will start by entering the order by leveraging these two forms which you can see here.